Something that I get asked pretty often is if I could go back and relive my Miss Universe experience, what would I change or what would I do differently? For a long time, I didn't really give an answer because I didn't want to seem like I was ungrateful for the experience or that I didn't cherish every moment and the opportunity itself. But if I could go back and do something differently, it would be have a different wardrobe. I would have a different wardrobe throughout the competition, and I would most definitely have different gowns for the preliminaries and for the final night. This is something that might seem kind of silly to some people, like does your wardrobe even impact how you do or how the experience is? And it doesn't, but it does at the same time. And the thing that it's impacted for me is these lifelong memories of looking back and seeing pictures and seeing people reshare things from then, and just always having that sense of I could have worn something different. And the shortest version of this is that I didn't really have a choice in my wardrobe. I did have more of a choice than I thought I did. Leading up to Miss Universe, I was told by those in the Miss Universe Canada organization that my wardrobe was coming, they were gonna ship it to me. I was based in Saskatchewan, whereas the organization is based in Toronto, Ontario. So I didn't really have I didn't have any fittings or anything like that. They were just gonna ship stuff to me and then I was gonna take it to Miss Universe. So I was just hoping for the best, and I kept thinking to myself, okay, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's on its way. I don't need to go out of my way to look for wardrobe because they're telling me it's coming. My wardrobe, gowns, whatever. I got sent, I think it was 2 suitcases of clothes. So these suitcases showed up at my mom's place and everything was nice, there were some really nice pieces, but I definitely felt like for Miss Universe I also needed more, but it was too late because everything showed up the week before I left, and this was end of December, early January in Canada, in Saskatchewan, where you can't go to shops and get things suitable for Miss Universe for the Philippines. So I really didn't have a lot of options at that point. Once I got to the Philippines, I now realize that I could have on my social media put things like I'm looking for a dress or something for rehearsals or a gown for the final night, a gown for preliminaries, and people would have been able to allow me to borrow, whether it was Filipino designers or maybe different designers who were there watching the competition. They could have, if they wanted to, allowed me to wear their stuff, borrow it, give it back, and that would have been amazing. But I didn't know that I could do that. I didn't know that that was an option. So like I said, I was sent these suitcases and basically had to head off to Miss Universe. And in terms of gowns, I was sent a gown before I left for Miss Universe, but it was not, it was basically like a bodice bodysuit. Is that what you, no, bodice body, I don't know what the right term is, but it was so stiff. It was almost like, you know, like a paper mache thing that's absolutely it's all hard. And then there were gems, hot glue gunned all over it. And when something's glued on with hot glue and there's the strings, you could see that all over the body of the dress. And it just, it was almost like a prom gown or a graduation gown for a teen, a Miss Teen, where it's tight on the body and then it poofs out as a skirt. And I found out that this designer is actually an amazing designer. I found out that my organization was sent designs from him and they chose on my behalf, and then they chose this particular one which I would have never chosen, and he thought that that was my choice. He made the dress, sent it off, they sent it to me. It didn't fit, it didn't work, it just was not good. So I had to get my mom to mail it back to Toronto, and so I went off to the Philippines without any gowns. I did not have a gown for the prelims, I didn't have a gown for the final night. So the gowns that you saw me wore in the prelims and on the finals, those were given to me in a suitcase, literally a suitcase dropped off at the hotel for me. I think there were about 6 gowns that I had to choose from. None of them were actually fitted for me, they were just in this suitcase, and that's what I had to choose from to compete in the Miss Universe preliminary competition and the Miss Universe finals. Now both are beautiful pieces in their own way, but they certainly are not pieces that I would choose. And looking back, it's hard for me sometimes to look at the pictures because I just feel like I would choose something so different. I would find pieces that would fit my body better, that would fit my personality better. And it's heartbreaking as well to me because I, in a way, should have been more prepared in that I should have had backup pieces. I should have known that just in case, maybe I should reach out to different designers from around the world who would let me borrow their things things, but I didn't really know. And in that position that you're under an organization, they're telling you that they're gonna have everything ready for you, everything's gonna be good to go, don't worry, don't panic, we'll have everything for you. You put your trust in them. And so I put my trust in them, hoping for the best, and it just didn't pan out. So there's nothing against these designers who made these gowns. They just weren't meant for me. They weren't fitted for me properly. I get a lot of messages about the white gown that I wore on the finals when I was in the top 9, and people say that is the ugliest gown in Miss Universe history, or that gown looked terrible on you, that gown didn't suit your body type, so on and so forth. Sometimes it's kind of sad for me because, you know, it wouldn't have been my top choice, but I didn't really have necessarily a choice. So what sparked my interest to do this video is because I do get asked if I could do something different, what would it be? And as well, I saw this post by Pageants and Carpets, and they do different designs, like different twists on different gowns that women have worn. And so they did a different design of something that they would have liked to see on me, and I just thought it was so beautiful. I loved it. I felt like it showcased a bit more of my personality. It had that high slit at the leg. It was a bit more like showy and wow factor, and I just thought it was so amazing. But then it also had me thinking about this, like what I would have done differently, what I wish I could have done differently, and that's kind of what sparked this video. And that's what I would do differently, is change up my gowns, change up my wardrobe, because even though it doesn't seem like it matters that much, it's how you present yourself, it's how you present you and your country at Miss Universe, to the judges, to sponsors, just to the world in general, to pageant fans. How you dress is a way to express yourself and to kind of show little bits of who you are. And so looking back, I would have reached out to different clothing companies, designers, I would wear their stuff, tag them. If I could go back, that's exactly what I would do, is change up my wardrobe, change up my gowns, and I've now said that 45 times. So let me know in the comments if you like this gown better than the gown that I wore. I'm interested to see what you guys think. And I don't think it would have impacted me going further in the competition. Say if I was wearing a gown like this, I don't necessarily think I would have made it to the top 6. Like, I think that was just meant to be for me to be in the top 9, but I feel like I would feel better, feel more confident looking back at the pictures, wearing something that better represented who I am. Hope you're all staying safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in the next video.